Hello, you. Welcome to Geekism. There's no game. Wee. Why is there no game? There it is. Oh, how are we doing, folks? Good morning. It's going to be a slightly shorter coffee with Jonti than usual, as I'm a little late getting started because I have a tiny bit of a hangover. Only a little one. Just finished a bottle of wine last night, that's all. But also I'm going to finish up a little early for work as well. So we're going to stream till about 11 my time. So about an hour and 15 today. Definitely a shorter stream. So apologies for that. But welcome. Far too late in Australia to stay out long. But I can sure I can watch for a bit. Steve, thank you so much for joining us all the way across the world. Hey, Jonti. Good morning, Mr. Simside. How are we? Good to see you. An awesome content creator. Oh, I need to crap my fingers. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. There we go. We have a few graphics. I've added graphics. People were asking about what the thing along the top four was now. Hopefully that's a little clearer. And yeah, what you're looking at is basically yesterday's progress. This will be being shown off better in a video. But it looks like it is a little... But, you know, just only more lack of sleep, really. We stayed up late. We were watching Succession. And we finished it last night, and it was incredible. Really great show. Very much can recommend. No, it should be fine. I've already got coffee. I've already coffee down. Although there's a hair in my cup, which is nice. And I've had some eggs, some spicy eggs. Which is about as best as you can get for a hangover cure. Anyway, so yes, this is what I've been working on yesterday. This is sort of loosely inspired by Adventure Way at Disneyland Paris. The sort of roofing that they use a lot. This kind of roofing is seen a lot in parks all over the place, though. But it was very much the Adventure Way video walkthroughs that people have been putting up that made me sort of really sort of think that this could work. Because I was having a little trouble. I had the candy store, I had the thing, and I like all of these. Thank you so much, Mama Piplup. Welcome to the Geekism membership. The little thing... Oh, it does work now. Look at that. It wasn't working yesterday. But now it's gone up from 2 to 3. Woohoo. Nothing happens if we get to 10. YouTube tells me I should have a number for you all to hit. Welcome. Hair of the dog, perchance? Oh, God, no. That's the worst hangover cure. So, thank you so much. Welcome. Appreciate your support. The thing is with no, hair of the dog. I think if anyone like drinks so much that they are really badly hungover, and like I say, I'm not really. I'm a little tired, but otherwise that's it. It was like 2 glasses, not even 2 glasses of wine probably I drank. But if anyone's like proper hangover, they wake up and they think they can stomach more alcohol. That's a problem. in my opinion, that's too much. So no, I don't believe in hair of the dog. Some spicy eggs, a couple of Tylenol, and some coffee, and you know, I'm doing okay. Really happy with how this has turned out. I think it looks great. Hair of the dog in oh nice, hair of the dog in the mug. No, God no, just actual hair. Really happy with how it's turned out. We started copying off the back here. This park is going to be full of interior boxes, right? You know, like this is going to be a whole big box here. You know, there's boxes here. A lot of this is going to get changed because I definitely wanted to kind of do this as a proof of concept. Make sure it sort of ties in with the area, which I think it does. A lot of this sort of stuff is actually getting shown in MeanderVille proper, but, you know, here it is. You're getting to see it on the live stream. So, like, yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it ties in nicely to the carousel, but doesn't add too much height. Like, I didn't want, like, loads of height above these buildings. So I think this adds a nice level of height, so the carousel still feels quite grand at the end, but it's still very much part of the, you know, the sort of square that we've developed here now with this, you know, this building and the carousel and the conservatory, and then what will be over there. So yeah, overall, and then you come this way and you're already starting to see Astrolore, and then you get the you get the look of the pirate area. So this area is quite open, having come through, but I think that's okay as like a little bit of a decompression after, you know, a fairly sort of busy area now. I think, you know, when we look through here, we've got the conservatory and the other side of the main street. So, yeah, there's quite a bit going on here. Hey, Todd. Good morning. Quite a bit going on here, but I think what the plan now is to kind of continue this style across the whole space. The only thing, like, it's probably not going to work here, but I'm okay with this one building sort of sitting a little separate. Like, I still think the style is carrying over. You know, if you look at the sort of sacred geometry in the pillars there, we've sort of carried that over into the lights, into the windows here. And hopefully it all kind of flows and makes sense. I feel like it does. I'm very happy with it. This area, you know, is very much a work in progress, but there we have this lovely sort of main. This is going to be your entrance plaza here, basically. So we're going to have entrance here, and then you're going to come down into a, you know, a long path that doesn't really have much at the end of it, which is basically what Adventure Way has done. And now I like the idea that you kind of get like a double whammy. Now you sort of come in and there's lights and trees and it all looks lovely, and then you start to get the chair swing as a weenie. You know, lots of groups hanging around. This would be good spots for you know, meet and greets or for like child pickup and stuff. You know, like meet us there. And then you come round. Then I almost feel like then this is where the sort of park proper starts. Then, you know, like you really feel like you've gone in. Have you planned out the whole park ahead of time, or is you seeing where the park takes you? So, as like in real life, seeing where it takes me, absolutely building as I go. But I'm trying to build it as if it's a planned park, if that makes sense. So, the idea is eventually it should all look like a planned park in one go. But yeah, no, it is. I'm still building fairly organically, other than like roughly knowing that these are going to be sort of zones. So yeah, there we go. I like the idea of this being a little courtyard. I saw there's a few little areas in Adventure Way where there isn't really that much going on. It's just a couple of sort of planters and a little bandstand, and you know, they might use it for meet and greets or stuff, but They might also not. They might just be, you know, places, like I said, you know, when you get scout groups visit or whatever, it's kind of like that kind of feel. So that's kind of what I'm going for there. But yeah, what I thought I'd work on today, Worlds of Wonder, I was going to show you in there because that's going to be, you know, that's a big gift shop that is kind of done. You can kind of see. But that's all going to go in a proper episode. But I would like to try and fix the roof a little. So that's kind of what I want to try and do today, is basically reuse this roof, change the colour a little bit and bring it over here. And this sort of reddish pink that I pulled from the information desk and a few of the other sort of creams and stuff to try and tie over some of the motifs from this building. We'll probably use the teal over here and sort of tie in the Worlds of Wonder a little bit as well. I think I might redo this dome roof as well, so it's got more of this sort of style. So it all sort of ties together. That's the plan anyway. We'll move forward with it today. Like I say, I'm going to try and reuse some of this. This is a lot of work. This is about 8 hours work here to get this right. So happy to sort of repurpose some of it and use that as a way to tie it all in together. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, so I'm going to come into here. Basically just select all of that and see what that selects. We probably are happy to keep this stuff for now. Okay, so we want to do this, but not this. Yeah, and not this. Oh, wrong way. Oh no. I just want to select the medal. So we don't want that. We do want that. We don't want that. And we don't want that. There we go. Like, this isn't going to be neat, but I'm hoping like at least that. There we go. That's kind of what I was looking for. And then probably at least a row of this removed from there. Gonna be tricky because we're kind of locked in interior wise already here, but that's okay. We can make it work. I really like your Worlds of Wonder sign. Thank you. Yes, me too. This is a little bit of a nod to Pizza Moon, which is a restaurant in Epic Universe that's sort of done up like a vaudevillian theatre and very much reminiscent of like the early days of cinema. That's kind of my little nod to it. Yeah, still kind of boggles the mind that Planet Coaster actually functions as a game at all, given all the editing tools at one's disposal. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, the fact that anything really, any of these dudes still wander around and it makes sense to them is pretty impressive. I think we just accidentally deleted those from there, so we'll just bring those back across. Oh, what else did I delete? That. Yeah. There we go. Well, Jonti, I see you're streaming. Do you remember me from the last one? Sure, James. Sure. I'll jump in there. Okay. I need to come in and fix these as well. This is very much a short-term solution there. We need to get some branded stuff in. That could be fun to do one day on some Photoshop. Okay, so that's what we're working with. We'll probably do both sides, eh? So we do all in one go. There we go. So we want that. We want nothing below it. And it doesn't look like the roof's connected to that. So that's pretty good. Pretty good? That's pretty good. There we go. Alright, so that's kind of the space we're working with now. That's good. There might not be a tree here. I did kind of plan this to be like a little vignette thing going on up here. Maybe something coming out of a door and going back in, but obviously that we're a little limited in the fact that there's nothing behind it, so maybe we won't be able to get anything going on there. Maybe the sign is already enough, but yeah, no, I'm also happy with the sign. This is just made by this being on a rotating thing but slightly off kilter, so it kind of gives that sort of rounded movement, and then the rocket just goes behind it, and then we make sure the rocket just doesn't get seen again until it comes up out of the clouds. So that's just rotating on this circle here. You can see it moving around. And after a few moments, it comes back out from the clouds. I see a little peek of it there, look, as it starts making its way around again. So it feels relatively, like, functional, like it could happen. And then there's actually some little lights sunk into it as well, so we get some stars at nighttime. I think the nighttime lighting needs a little bit of work. Because the stars light up really good, but then the name itself is very hidden. So I think we have these things here sort of showing light, but honestly I think we kind of have to fake that as well, I think. With something like this. Yeah, I think we need to do something like that with just a deeper... just enough to light the words. There we go, like something like that. And then we hide it. Yeah. That's better. It's a little dark. If we put the 2 down. Yeah, that's fine, I think. There we go. There we go. I hate when you delete something without knowing. Yeah, it happens occasionally, especially when you're going back and retrofitting area. What was the last movie you watched in the cinema? That's a good question. What was the last thing we watched in the cinema? What was the last thing we watched in the cinema? was the last thing we watched at the cinema? Wicked Part 2. Wicked Part 2. There we go. You can shrink those balls into the letters like a marquee sign. Maybe. Maybe. I kind of like just the raw metal of it, though. Yeah, I like that. I always like these almost twinkle a little bit. I haven't done anything to that. It's just the game sort of fighting which one to to put on. But yeah, that's good. Also need to add some lighting to these trees as well. Celestial Vibe Park. Yes, this is very much Celestial Park vibes. Yeah, Celestial Park is absolutely what I was going for over here. But then I kind of struggled to tie that in with what was going on here, which was like a little bit more of a traditional main street. So I think this roofing really is going to really help tie all of this together. So I'm hoping we can kind of just take a chunk of this. It's a fairly... Oh, not that way. It's a fairly straight structure. We can just do this. Kind of hoping we can just copy this over and make it work. Like, that would be kind of awesome. Let's see. You might need scaling a little bit. All that sort of stuff is fine. But we kind of need to go there. And we need to come down a little to about there. Well, like a little overhang is fine. Oops. In fact, a slightly bigger overhang might look good here. We could definitely do something with that. There's a lot of like lovely little balcony setups here. We could do some little filigree at the top here. That would give us a reason for this big thing. Yeah, I think we'll definitely have a bit of overhang here. So we'll go there, and then we'll go there. Starts to cut into this a little bit, but I don't hate that. I think we can make this work. It doesn't seem quite tall enough, so let's try scaling it a little. Like, all of this will need quite a bit of cleanup to make it work. Go a little higher. Let's see where we're coming out to hit that brick. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine that way, and now it's fine that way. Yep, and that's good. Okay, so we'll take that there. Subtle downlights under the overhang would help brighten the area up at night too. Yeah, absolutely. Like just little spots in it. 100%. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Like, obviously it's going to need a bit of cleanup, but like scale-wise, it looks right. I think this is good. This is gravy. Okay. So we're just going to make it sure we're definitely clearing the inside, because I don't really want to do much to that. Let's just see. Yeah, we're all good there. Nice. We have a little bloop there, but that's going to be fixable. Okay. Let's have another check for sight lines. Yeah, this building was meant to look a little bit more ostentatious. We can always go in and heighten all of this as well, which, you know, very, very doable. Just to kind of, yeah, because it's sort of sitting real little now against the, basically against everything else. I think we need to go in and raise all of that up, which can be very much done. Moomin, hello. Apologies for not getting that thing to you. As you might be able to hear, I've not had the best throat this week. So it is on the list. I promise I'll get to you as soon as I can. Okay, so let's go here, neaten that up. In fact, honestly, we can just delete that piece, like this whole row. Can go away, but I won't worry about it because I don't know what to do on the other side. Yeah, definitely need to come in and adjust this, I think. But as far as how this sits, I'm actually quite happy with that. Okay. So, let's go in here. Let's chop off all of this. Thank you. I appreciate it, but we're getting somewhere with it. I don't know what the interior of this looks like. Oh, we need to fix that. That's fine. But otherwise, there's no clipping in here. That's kind of a miracle. There's actually a little clip in there. What's that thing? Oh, it's just one of the lights poking through. Okay, so the lights need to be a little higher up. Oh no, it's just not sticking through for some reason, that one. That's weird. There we go. Okay. Okay, so yeah, the rotating sign, I didn't think about that when I did it. That's very fixable. We'll just take the rotator all the way through to the other side of the thing. Okay, but otherwise, this is actually pretty good here now. Oh, where we are, but yeah, like here. Yeah, it looks like that's all internal. Excellent. I mean, that makes our life way easier. We'll only take stuff to just enough, obviously, to be safe, but yeah. That's fine by me. Okay, so that one goes far enough. So what's happening here then? It's just you need to be pulled over. Oh yeah, look at that. And again, that keeps it all neat on the inside. Oh, not quite. Okay, but we can shrink this down. It's just this little corner here, so this is the sort of stuff you don't normally see on videos. It's all this tiny little meet up stuff. There we go. Okay, that's neat in that way. And then we'll probably have to do the same on this side, but that's okay. Hey, Penguin Boy. Not watched you in a while, but I'm slowly getting back into Play Coaster. That's good to hear. Seems like a lot of people are at the moment. Definitely seems like the game is verging on a renaissance. Let's hope that their newest update is going to make it worth it for us all. Okay. So we'll do this. Yeah. Because we already have the corners made, so we might as well use them. That's definitely the hardest thing with making something like this, is these little corners. Alright, let's make sure we're lined up there. I think we were probably spot on there. Now I've adjusted it. Yeah, that's good to me. And then send it all the way down here. Where does this... I don't actually know where this building is going to end, to be honest with you, so I suppose this wall is deciding for us. We'll say there. Yeah, definitely going to be a larger building, but yeah, that's fine. Are you all on the same grid? Yeah, that's good. Okay. We come back to this roof. Just neaten it up a little. Quite looking at here, might have to even tidy this up a little on the inside, which isn't great. Maybe pieces for the sake of pieces. Maybe we'll leave it. It'll just be our little secret. Okay. Oh, we're not quite on a grid here. That's interesting. Don't think I'm going to worry about that too much, unless it looks like noticeable. I don't think it does. That's fine. The other thing we're going to have to consider is the back of this building as well, because this is very much visible by this road, assuming we don't get rid of this road, which I don't think we will be. So, like, the back of this needs to at least be neat. You know? Hey, you really not know it? How's it going? Yeah, but I'm not going to worry about that today, but it is something that's going to have to be addressed. Okay, I'll take this strip here. Alright, and then neaten up what's going on here. So I think this thing isn't... Yeah, these lines aren't perfect, look, because that's not in the middle. So it doesn't matter that the roof is closer there than it is here. That's not a measurement thing. That's just that those things in the first place aren't lined up. So that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, this needs to come over. And then just like that other one, just duplicate this. Shrink it down. Oh, it's already shrunk. Okay, just take it up that way then. And then just double check on the inside. I think we're good though. Nice. Just got those. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so there's the basic layout. Okay. So one thing I would like to do is recolor this. And we recolor it this teal. It is just teal blue. Okay. It's going to be a little tricky to do because it's going to want to recolor all the copper. So I don't know whether we kind of like go in like this and select it all. I think that's probably the way to go, isn't it? Yeah. No, wait. Right, and then somehow some of these got selected. So we'll deselect those real quick. You know you've got them all when the colour disappears from here. There's a good tip. So somewhere else there's copper metal selected. Yeah, over here, look. There we go. Let's take a moment to get rid of these. Yeah. And if a few change, you know, we can absolutely go in and change them back. I mean, most of that's going to get deleted over there anyway. Okay, let's try that. Blue teal. Teal blue. Okay. Well, it's a little light. Yeah, I think we need to. I like the tealness of it, but I think we need to come down a little. Oh yeah, that's much nicer. That's yeah. It's actually closer to what we've got there, I think. There we go. What's going to be inside the building? It's just a gift store. It's like the big gift store. In real life, they would cover the back of the shop facing the road with billboards for the park. Yes, absolutely. We'll have something like that. But it's still got to look neat. It can't just be like a grey box, you know. It's going to have whatever we do to this wall, the ceiling here, carry around, the wall treatment needs to be a little bit more than just a box, you know. Definitely need to work on that sort of stuff. Okay. Yes, and should have changed the colour before, of course. Of course we should have done. But we live and learn. Okay. But actually, I think we did okay. I don't think we got any of the copper in where it matters. But there's definitely a few pieces where we missed, like this. Go through, update those. But otherwise, I think we're in the clear. I really like this this duck blue. There we go. Is it a custom road? Yeah, I haven't built it. This was a starter map called Moy Valley. If you go back and watch the very first episode of MeanderVille, there's a link to it in the description. But yeah, basically, the starter map was already done with all these fields and the road lines and stuff. And I just really like the idea that we can try and keep the park into this road that loops it, basically. Like, it comes down to here and stops, but we have a little lake here. We have a big road here and a big road here, and basically the entrance to the park will be here, and then we might look at doing like a parking across here with like a shuttle, or even just like and then like a bridge across as well. That's what I'm thinking. So, and then I would actually quite like to leave all of this as field, all of this here as field. Maybe some overflow parking down here or something, depending on how big. But yeah, the idea is that the park sort of sits within this block here. If we ever get hotels, maybe we can look at doing hotels across, you know, with like a skywalk or something like that. Yeah. What happened to the Arabian Nights area? Nothing yet. It's just very much a work in progress. None of this has been shown on video yet. This is first time looking. The ride messed up. I have to go and replace the ride, but otherwise this is all unseen area yet. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm very happy with that teal roof. I don't love this anymore. I feel like that's definitely could be better. So I'm going to actually come in and get rid of all of this. Yeah, I think we do a lot better there. Don't hate that, but might be able to manage without that even. We'll see. Okay. I think it's going to be this that we bring over. Can we just copy that? Does that work? Okay. Now, whether or not we can scale this and it looks good is another question. Let's try our best to line it up. Assuming that that light is in the middle. So I don't necessarily want to scale this up because the lights will get bigger, the metal framing will get bigger, but I don't really want to rebuild it. So what can we do to make this easy on ourselves? I don't necessarily just want to like carry on out at that angle either, because I feel like that would be quite a low angle. I mean, maybe that would look good. We just carry on out the run, you know. Okay, let's have a little think. Should be able to recolor this one. I think I was clever enough to keep all that separate. Yeah, there we go. And then we can do that. Yeah, I think the color still works. What didn't you like about the original dome? Just that it didn't really have much of a tie into anything else, and I think the way that this main street is really going to tie together, because all of the bases are so different, is to have that roof motif run along. So, like here, we're doing a lot of stuff where the you know, the angle and all of this, like I want to kind of keep that moving along, and then obviously the buildings themselves are a little grander because this is just an information desk, although we might add some lights to this. So it's more about sort of carrying on that over, really. I mean, the other thing we could look at doing is repurposing some of this as like a base for this on top of it. It might look a little bit piecemeal though, but we can try. The game doesn't... it's using a lot of little tiny pieces there. How many pieces is that? I think 6,000 pieces. No, we can't use that again. We can't be doing that. Maybe add a brass color ring around the bottom. Break up all the blues. Yeah, that seems like a good idea too. Yeah, because the blue is now sitting on the teal. But so like so here's the easy way out, right? That's all linked, isn't it now? Oh no, it's not. Okay, keep all that separate for a second. So the easy way out is to go right, and like there you go, roof's done. But I think because it's gonna change, it's gonna make all the lights bigger. Like it doesn't look terrible size wise. We would maybe just get to go in and redo the lights. Oh, I also noticed it doesn't take the... hasn't took the circle from around the bottom either. Is that something separate? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Maybe we just need to change the top of it or something a little. But yeah, I think actually the brass, this ring higher up actually worked. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of all of this for a second. Let's go back in with this. Bigger roof would have bigger lights anyway. I don't know. I think actually it wouldn't. I think it would just have more lights, but they would still stay relatively uniform, you know. That's okay. I think we can. I don't mind redoing the lights if that's something we need to do. So what is that all one piece? Okay. So we might have to like redo this bit. The metal. Okay. We'll go back to the teal there. Yes, there's an argument that like this could be fancier here. Maybe something like the one on top of phases to kind of keep that going. Like it's almost like a celestial compass or something. I don't hate that idea. Let's have a look at that. I think that works. Maybe a moon shape. Each building has their own design. Yeah, that could work. That could work. Okay, let's just get this over into place and see if it's before we put all the effort in, you know. But I think this is the way to go. If you want to get real fancy, you could put an Ori at the top. That seems like a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, having some sort of movement there would be good, but, you know, we already have a bit of movement in the side. I do feel like eventually you get to a point where you can have too much of that sort of stuff and it really starts to look a little over the top, you know, like overdone. Yeah, I think that brown definitely helps, though. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I think we need to make it not look quite like a copy of that by swinging it around, having one of those lines at the front. Okay, and then I think we need to sync that a little. It's clipping weirdly. Yeah, that's okay. I think this is all too big now, though. We use that, shrink it down. It's meant to look fairly just like an ornate piece of filigree at the top there. Nothing too chunky, you know. It looks a little religious up there, maybe. Yeah, moving says, "Oh yeah, I know the piece you mean." Yeah, my worry is that like up there, that's a big thing to be moving around constantly. But I kind of get it. But also, I want to make sure I don't overuse that piece. You know, like we have it a good few times in Astralore. We have it once here. Yeah, I don't know whether I want to go too much more with that. Although I think you're right. I think it would look cool up there. It'd be. I'd be tempted almost. It's called like an orally, isn't it? Or I can't remember what the name of it's called now. Armillary. Yes, I know it as like an orrery. So what we could do with this is, how would this work? If we, can we deactivate it? How does it look when it finishes? Okay, on trigger only, is that going to do it? Does the trigger just not work? Or do we have to actually add it to a trigger? I'm thinking maybe if it's still in like an open space when it's still, we could just turn it using a thing. And that might look better than the whole thing going. That's quite detailed, you know. I suppose we can try and trigger it. Where's what's the thing even called? Yeah. Edit trigger sequence, add objects, there we go. Confirm. And then this we put to on trigger only. Does that work? No, this thing just keeps going and going, eh? Hey, Em. Hey, Coaster. Does the trigger just not work on this, or am I doing something wrong? Deactivate on trigger then. And then set this to loop. No. This thing just doesn't, that thing just doesn't want to not rotate. That's weird. Well, maybe. If we can figure that out, maybe. I actually don't mind that, though. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I don't love about it is that we can clearly see that we've just scaled it up from this. I think we need to go back in and like make this thing 71. It's an awkward size. These things 52. 52? I must have scaled that up a little bit as well. I'm pretty sure we made these as small as we could. 50, yeah. Yeah, so 71 on this. And we only really have to redo one of them. Yeah, like 122 is huge. We have to go down to 70 here, I think. Although, we might need to come in and readjust how the art shapes fit to it. Yeah, this is work, but this is the kind of thing we need to do, I think. I think it's going to make a big difference to make this thing not just look like a carbon copy. But we don't, it will feel like a lot, but we don't have to do too much. We're just going to do one side of it really well. There. Yeah, definitely going to have to mess with the art shapes a little. Perhaps having what's up there now randomly rotate like a windsock. Maybe. Yeah, we could look at doing that as well. That's not a terrible idea. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that already looks better. Like, obviously we're going to have to clean up a lot of stuff here. And add in some little shapes, but... That's fine. We can definitely do that. Yeah, I think we just need to do that. Throw some triangles where it needs it. Otherwise, that's good. And then we drag these back down to 50. And get the snap distance back on. I think we did every other one, didn't we? Maybe not. Let's go and see now. Because it's things like this, you're going to want to... Yeah, every other one. You're going to keep that consistency of form on these. Absolutely. Oh, it's weird that I can't move them both. Yeah, that looks loads better. Okay, so we'll basically do that along all of these. We'll just remove one. Leave one even. Scroll it down. Put it about where it needs to be. And then, no, not night only. And then every other one. Yeah, this is going to look a load better. Well worth doing. Cheers, Mint. We're getting there, bud. A lot of tweaking to do, unfortunately. These are all night only. Oh, my God. This is awful. This is a real great gross bug. And I'm not looking forward to it. Even like some of the ones that even when it's fixed, it's going to take days to fix. At one point, even when they say, okay, that's it, none of your lights change back to night only now, I bet you're still going to have to go and do them. Pink roof on the candy shop makes the building remind me of Peach's Castle in a fun way. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm down with that. I think... I hope you can sort of understand why I wanted to do that and really sort of tie all of those buildings together and why I was struggling with that. I still consider it to be a bit of a work in progress, like a proof of concept, because I don't think it's going to truly, really sort of read how I want it to until the whole thing's done. So that's what we're doing today. We basically copied this over. We brought the teal from here up with a darker teal. We just scaled this up, but it's not right. Like we need to go in and adjust this and make it all the same. So. Tying everything together. Yeah, that's the plan. So like you'll tie all this together here, and then even not this building, but this building is going to have to get addressed because this needs to sit higher. So all of this will come up. Maybe this building can have a bit of it, and that will sort of tie that together. But all of this needs to go boop like a good sort of 6 foot now higher. It looks like a miniature now. So, but that's fine. Like I'm happy with the new height where we're ending up with stuff, but this just has lost a lot of grandioseness now. So 2 streams in a week. Nice, Jordan. Welcome. Hello, you. I can see the vision. That's what we like. And then here, one of the big issues we had with the conservatory was that people said it was very small. So what I started doing, so the original conservatory, this has already come up higher. And we've added in like a astrological sort of thing here. Let's get into peep cam. I like talking them through this with people. So yeah, so we've got let's go all the way. I shifted down. How do I unshift? There we go. So we built this up here like a sort of like a orrery or whatever they're called. This could do with some more detail, maybe again, a bit of a proof of concept. But then we're gonna come through here. All of this is fine, but a bit small. So now what happens is past the restaurant itself, you come down here. And this will open out into a bit of a courtyard. This looks over the queue line for the balloons. And then all of this is interior, ulterior into like another seating area, which again, the windows all look out now. These were all fake windows before, but these will now become actual windows that look out onto the balloons. Because of that, all of this has got raised up a bit, so it's looking a bit grandiose. So again, it sort of it just makes this building shrink. So everything's going to have to come up. And facades can be taller, yeah, absolutely. So I think we have to come up to meet this sort of corner here is where we need to be all along here. So this whole building just needs to be like almost double the height, to be honest, which is fine. It's going to be a lot of work to do it, but I'm happy to do it. And then if we carry over this sort of metal mansard roof along here, and then probably here as well, like we've got like a little tile roof at the moment, but if this mansard roof carries on down and around here, and then I think even though the bases of all of these buildings look a little different, the roofing ties it all together. And so that's the plan here. That's the Main Street 2.0. And then it all ties it together. We have an entrance here, and then we come down. We've got a nice little walkway here. We're going to add lights into all of these trees. This is very much inspired by Adventure Way. These lampposts. These took way too long to build. Faux second floor for control, yeah, maybe, yeah. I think these roofs occasionally could use a little. Is it when I say mansard? I thought mansard roof is like that. What's the one like a gable? They need maybe a couple of gables into these would work. Like we've done a couple of different things here, but I think for these longer stretches, a little gable could work in them. Yeah. So that's the long-term plan that we're working on anyway. It's a bigger progress than I wanted, but I often find myself doing this with this game. It's like I've got a bit of a habit of being good enough, and it's like that's good enough, and then actually I go back in. I'm like, well, no, if we're really making a go of this, we should do more, Okay, so let's come into here first. Then let's get rid of all of this, and all of that. And then this, I'm really hoping we're on the grid here, or it works on its own grid. Might already be on your list, but I think some of that plaza can be filled with planters as well, maybe. Yeah, so originally I built it watching a lot of the Adventure Way stuff, and it's kind of open and nothing's going on. But I think, yes, something needs to happen here. This is just a big open space otherwise. What I'm thinking of doing is pulling all of this side in a little. Like if we imagine, see if I can talk this through this. Right, all of this, this is going to be a mess, but, proof of concept. All of this coming like here. And then it gives us a bit more of a space for an additional frontage here, whether or not this becomes an actual store or anything, or whether it becomes some like, more like guest servicey type stuff. It's looking incredible. Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate it, buddy. So yeah, that's my thought, is that all of this gets shrunk down, and then I don't think it needs so much here. But it gives us all of this, and then what I would like to do here actually is just a plaza with some planting and some benches and a little like pagoda, like fancier than the one we built in Fairview Lake. We probably just rip this and reuse this as the roof, honestly, because I think it works well. Apart from the fact that maybe the art shapes are too small because they all disappear as we zoom out, which they don't here. So we might have to go in and try and make it with bigger art shapes so they don't constantly disappear there. Because even the carousel does eventually, but you have to get to like there. So you can see the carousel disappear. That's as far as we can zoom out. I would like it so that the zoom out was the same. I think because we made the art shapes too big there. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the plan. Is we bring this to here. Yeah. Or maybe bring them both in a little so that there's a bit more room, because this tree here doesn't really work against the building. So yeah, I think we squinch both of those in a little. Yeah, but I kind of wanted to get these trees and lights down as like a proof of concept, make sure it looked good, and I think it does. So, okay, back to this. And that's our first row of those fixed. Yeah, and then now it should really start to not look like a carbon copy of this, which I don't think it does already. I'd like a similar shape, obviously, but just the light's being shrunk down. It makes this look like a bigger version of this, not that we just copied this and scaled it up, you know? What's the car ride? Where's that car ride you built? That's not in this park. That's in a different part that I haven't really been able to give much time to. It's the end of the day report. I need to find my Streamlabs buttons out because I have a recording of Mineral from his video. I ripped it and saved it of him going, it's the end of the day report. Not that that's how he sounds. Just that's in my head. That's how he goes now. I want to be able to press it every time the end of the day report comes up. Okay. So, hello you. Hey Jan, how's it going? Good to see you. Night only. I mean, that's fine. There we go. I actually got in trouble from my stream on Tuesday. The Thomas the Tank Engine theme tune is licensed in like most of Eastern Europe, weirdly, so it demonetized the video. But whatevs. Oh, one thing we need to do here, actually, that did we not do on this one? Oh yeah, we need to clean up these little ends. I've just been using a ball to like neaten them up, and I think it looks okay, and it sort of ties into the sort of circular sacred geometry. Oh, we named the candy store as well. I really like the idea of some of the stuff being licensed. Like the conservatory is ran by an outside source. Sebastian Vale being like an in-world Gordon Ramsay type, or a Heston Blumenthal type, you know. Thomas is no more. Is it short? No, just doing it. Did you remove it for the letter? No, you can go in there afterwards and be like, just chop it out. And I don't think it matters while you're live. If it's a real problem and I'm losing loads of revenue because these things aren't on ad revenues, like I'll change it. But I'm just going to try like talking over it for a bit. Okay, so we'll pop these on. Anyway, yeah, I like the idea of some of the outside stuff being licensed and this being like, I kind of want the idea of this to be almost like a Lego store, if that makes sense, you know, or like the M&M store, like a real sort of, oh my god, they've got one of those in there, you know, like I've seen one of those at Times Square, that kind of thing. So I come up with the idea of it being the Handy Dandy Candy Company, and that's like in world, that's a brand, and I tried to make the logo look a little bit like there's a company that uses like these kind of colours and like round trees maybe or something like that. So yeah, the Handy Dandy Candy Store. I like the fact that the logo doesn't quite go, you know, like it looks a little stuck on. It looks a little bit like, yes, okay, like the building itself is going to be very themed to the area, but at some point the outside company's logo needs to be somewhere. So it's like, you get this space, you get this 8-foot square to do what you need to do, and that's it. So that's kind of what the idea behind that was. Handy Dandy Candy Store. You'll hear all this in the proper episode when it comes out. This is very much a sneak peek kind of stream. How long we got left? About 15 minutes. Unfortunately, it is a short stream today. I've got to go into work a little early. It's our we recently opened a couple of weeks ago at our new venue, and so this weekend is our grand opening, like a sort of proper opening with, you know, big day on. We got guests coming in and fun stuff like that. So a lot of planning to do. Okay. If you're doing that, you need a mobile cart outside somewhere called the Handy Dandy Candy Standy. That's perfect. If I don't end up doing that within the next month, remind me, because that's a really great name. Handy Candy Standy. Handy Candy. What is it? Handy Dandy Candy Standy. There we go. Exclusive, you're going to buy part. Yeah, exactly. Larry reminds me of Wonka. Cool, I'll take that. Yeah, that's fine by me. Wonka, that kind of thing, you know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're fairly well lined up here. We can make this work. Oh, baby. I'm just going to tweak these a little, but I think we're okay. Oh yeah, that's definitely good enough. And we would probably actually come in and remove the bulbs from the very back of this thing, but I suppose they would be visible from the roads. No, not really. Yeah, we could definitely take the bulbs off the back of that then, save some money. Fancy even. I wonder what the faces was, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's looking great. Really tying the Worlds of Wonder in a little. I like that a lot. And we could also come under here and do some very light spots there, just pointing down onto the logo as well. That would help. In fact, we could maybe even get rid of these. I don't love these sticking out, but like you've got to have a realistic point of where the light's coming from. Okay, fortunately, the next step is fixing this. So again, this is one of those things we could just do once and copy it. Or we could just go around and spend the time. Because copying this I always find a little tricky. But it would be so much easier, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's just get one of these done and then see if we can copy it. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we use triangle. Needs to be on scale. There we go. Oh! That was weird. Okay. What do you end up using for the fairy lights? Did the potions work at all? To be honest with you, I didn't play last night. Wednesday night is trivia. So I didn't play Wednesday night. Haven't really... I didn't really look at it this morning. Kind of jumped, opened the stream up and jumped on, to be honest. So we'll have a look now. I think these are the way to go. I like the scale of them, and I like the look of them. There's only that needs a bit of extra work there, doesn't it? Yeah. That's there's only like one potion I think will work without the scaling mod. But we'll have a look. Hold on. Let's just figure this out as best we can. I'm just off kilter here, aren't I? I should just redo these ones. Oops. There, thank you. Is that poking here somewhere? What is this? Yeah. There we go. Technically these need to come up a little now as well. Should be the last couple we need, I think. Oh no, no. Top needs a bit of work as well, doesn't it? Let's just get rid of it. I think this is what we're doing now. Okay, yeah, we can just do this. Yeah, and then yeah, it's the 2 meter one as well, so we won't actually go any smaller. No, can't have that then. In that case, do we actually have to take that to there? Take this to here and have another row? Like, that's totally fine. That'll probably again help with the making it look like it isn't just a copy of the other building. I think if we do that and do another one, yeah, I think that's good. That looks good to me. Whether or not this moves over nicely is going to be another matter, but we'll see. But the trick is with this is you make one. And that's all you have to make. Let's make sure there's no straggly bits. Oh. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Perfect. Difficult to tell with the outline, but I think that's good. There's a piece here we don't want. Or a little bitey in a few places here, actually. Let's see if we can neaten this up. I need to go that way just a shy. And down just a shy, or back is it? Let's see. Really get why it doesn't quite line up there. Is that just one we missed over here? No. That's weird. Hopefully I'll just neaten up in the I don't mind having to like fix a few. Like I never quite got the rotation thing down using the new pieces. Like, using just subject content is amazing, and you fill me with inspiration. That's very nice to hear. So thank you. I'm glad I can be of service. It's good to me. I mean, we basically just rebuilt that from the ground up. It's like the copying over that hasn't really helped us there at all. But yeah, that originally started as that piece, and then we just had to rebuild the whole thing so that the scale worked. And I think that looks loads better. Yeah, psyched. Okay, we've got about 5 or 10 minutes, so let's see if we can just cap off the lighting here. We'll cheat and copy this. Try to keep all the lighting onto one grid so that we can easily change it. So we will do the same here. The thing about most of these buildings is they are fairly on a grid. Height's different, scale's a little different, so we are going to have to go and readjust these, but I think we're okay. Oh, we're nearly dead on there, look. Okay, Let's get the bottom row in place. And then we'll figure out the top row. And then we'll be able to copy it around from there. All right. Okay, now let's get rid of those few for a minute. Got to be a few over here, using the snap distance to get it just right. Don't love that one right on the end there. We could probably just shift the row over. That's better. Okay. Copy this all over. Would you like pizza or spaghetti bolognese? That's a great question. I kind of dig both. I'm British, so spag bol is a absolute standard in the rotation. I can't really eat pizza very much now. I have real bad issues with gluten. So I have to get like gluten-free pizza, which has definitely sort of put the a lot of the sort of fun out of it. But some gluten-free pizza is really good. There's a couple of places here in town that do good czar. Okay, happy with that. That's good. Put all these over. At least for now, there's a good chance the corner of this building looks very different once we figure out the rental build. But for now, we'll put these in. Just carry that bottom row over a little. Yeah, I mean, that kind of not needed, that row there, but I think you would notice it. I would know. If I was in a theme park and that row wasn't done, I would notice that. Yeah, I heard gluten-free pizza bases go hard very quickly after they have... Yeah, you kind of have to get it at... Yeah. Gluten-free other items, though, good. Even yummy. Gluten-free pizza, never good. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff now that's really good. A lot of the stuff I get for Xander, who's celiac. I just have, like, an intolerance. Just makes me feel a bit ill. He gets really ill with it, unfortunately. And then I've very much given him that, which is nice. But yeah, some of the stuff I get for him is great, like nuggets and you know, like chicken fingers, macaroni cheese, all the all the classic kids dishes. They do some pretty awesome. Gluten-free options now. So yeah, that sort of stuff's good. And the pizza he gets is like pretty good. Like, it's definitely edible. I'll usually have a slice with him when we get it, when he has a pizza. But it's not, like, it's certainly not. I very rarely crave pizza now, whereas, like, a Domino's every month or so would be something I would definitely get. And now I'm like, not so much. There we go. There we go. Awesome. So as it stands, Grizzly has come a long way in the past. I would say even the last 5 years, honestly. Even since I've been buying it for Xander, it's got a lot better. Yeah, they're doing a lot better with that stuff now. That's good. Okay. As this stands, this needs like a little mansard thing here. It needs something, and here needs something to kind of break it up. Saying that, I kind of want this to sit like here, like obviously not like this, but just for the skyline. Like, I think this needs to come up to there. The Lost and Found probably stays as low as it is. Maybe we lose the flames. Maybe we put some like flags flapping up instead. I don't know. No, I suppose no. No, an outside flame is an acceptable thing to have in a high budget park. I keep trying to talk myself out of high budget stuff. So, but with that high, like if that sort of sits up here, and this wall goes into it, ugh, this is going to be a mess. Like we're gonna, yeah, the whole thing's going to have to come up so that this roof can match this roof. I think that's what needs to happen. And then this can sit up here, and it'll be a little out of place. Maybe we try and pull the colours in a little bit more. Maybe we take the yellowy nature of it, because it's currently tan. Yeah, like maybe it needs to come. Maybe it needs to come down a little bit more like that. Maybe not quite. Maybe like a little brighter. Just I feel like it needs to take the edge off. Oh my god, there's so much work to do. Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen. And then maybe even this sort of stuff has to then pull into the teal a little. Yeah. Any thoughts on this before we finish up? Because this is probably something I'll sit and do like off camera while I'm watching a movie or something. But I think that's the kind of thing that needs to happen there, is that like we need to bring this up. Like obviously, you know, imagine it's all tied in a lot nicer. But then we need to lift this up. To like match, yeah. Like it needs to sort of sit like that. You know, just imagine the whole thing stretched. Not like this. We'll bring the stone back down to the bottom, spread the walls down a bit, maybe even get some like nice little trim to break up the larger walls. Or the lost and found thing will still sit lower down, but just the roof line just kind of comes up to match the Worlds of Wonder. I think that absolutely needs to happen, doesn't it? Maybe some of that brownish color from the Worlds of Wonder, some minor flourishes here and there too. Yeah, I think a height change and a color correction on that will. I think it'll still work, even though like style wise it's quite different. Like I don't mind having that one building be a little different, you know. But height-wise doesn't seem too high. Not as heavy as the other building, but just to get some hints of that colour tone. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Still thinking about a second floor for offices. It would make sense. That is customer service. It would, and we, you know, like they could definitely be implied. Because I wouldn't change the interior of this at all. Like this is 100% staying like this. Like obviously we'll have to figure out how the glass sits with a higher roof. But yeah, the interior of that will absolutely stay the same. But now with a bigger door there, even like you'll see in better. Oh yeah, I think it could be really good. It's going to be a big job, and it's going to be a big job that doesn't really get much new. But to be honest with you, I don't think I've even showed this off on a video properly yet. Like I put screenshots in Discord, and obviously you've seen it in some streams and stuff. But I actually don't think I've showed off a lot of this building and a lot of the changes. So it'll end up just happening all in one video, I suppose, at some point. That's because I started doing them. Yeah, but even then, like I wouldn't even think about, like we can just say there's offices up there, you know. I would keep the awning at the same height. Yes, yeah, the Lost and Found stays here, I think. But I don't know, I do like the idea of having the whole thing a little higher. Like I do like that it just sort of lets you see a little bit more in as you go in. So like maybe even just there, like that's part one, because I don't think that affects the inside at all. You know, There's a bit of lighting changes. So maybe that's just part 1 is there. And what was initially a very little trim on the ground actually becomes like the first stage of the height. Do you have the Discord link? Yeah, it should be in the description, I think. Like have that as the new baseline. Oh, that's doing all kinds of stuff over here, eh? I don't really want to mess with. Okay. So the way to do is remove this from here. And then we can pull both of these up. And then as long as we tie this one into the walls, the other one should be the right height as well. Right. So the whole thing has to come up more still, but that's where the bottom of the thing sits now, if that makes sense. Like there's probably a few places where we need to tweak that. Actually, I think that's okay there. I think we looked out a little. Oh yeah, like back here, look, but you know, grand scheme of things, none of this is too much, I don't think. It's all locked away. Yeah. So that's the beginning. But then if we go into these and basically take all of this like up to here. None of the stone. Yeah. I think that's fine. And then we basically take that down. And this is real messy, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that's going to be fine, right? Yeah. Hey, the Fury. Yeah. So yeah, big change needed there, I think, but it's not too much work. The only thing I'll struggle a little bit is to do about the glass. I don't know what to do about the glass because the ceiling, you know, the roof will actually now sit like here. I don't really want to adjust that glass. Can we just have that as concrete? And the glass be like sunk down. That's probably okay. Yeah. We didn't mean to move halfway across the world. Somehow ended up in the carousel. Yeah. Yeah, see that doesn't look too much there, does it, now, comparatively? Still think a little gable, a little couple of gables on the Worlds of Wonder is needed, and that will imply offices. But that, I don't think that looks too much there. Yeah, I think that's great. I think we'll keep working on that. Awesome. But we got a good chunk today. We got that roof done on the Worlds of Wonder. That was good. That's a good thing to box off. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry it's a sort of stream. Got to get to work a little early today. We'll be back on Tuesday with the full 2-ish hours. There we go. Right. Love you all to bits. Thanks for joining me today. Till the next one. Be good.